Welcome back. Today we are going to continue where we have left off yesterday. For this, let me quickly start. As you can see in the title, it will be about the enemy AI. And to be honest, yesterday I have made a breakthrough. I have finally, I think, understood how these state trees work. As you might know, we are using state trees for the enemy AI. Let us quickly boot up, and then I will show you what I mean. So I was wondering why my following logic didn't work, and after fiddling around a little bit, I found out that I was doing something completely stupid. In fact, let me follow actor, this one. In fact, I have been putting all of my logic into the enter state, but the following logic shouldn't be in enter state, it should be on tick. The reason why that's stupid is in order to have some kind of tick mechanic in my on enter state, I would have to manually inside the AI state tree, I think default. Enemy base state tree, and inside this one, I have to reiterate recalling the very same state every time, all the time. And after discussing it a little bit with the AI, yes, I used AI to have some kind of discussion and avoid searching through the documentation for the detail I was looking for. And after that, I found out that this is a very bad idea, because every time you enter a state, the whole system has to reiterate the whole logic when a state enters, clean up, and then reassign and stuff like this. So this was a bad idea, and I switched it over to some kind of async mode. Like, it is entering a state, and then after a follow duration, it will try to finish the task. Either the range is reached or not, and that will be finished. On tick, however, it will always move, and it will get a move input, like in the direction. And once it has reached the player, range reached, it's a function, a pure function I have written here, then it will also finish the task. Otherwise, it will just reiterate, it will not fail. When it will fail is actually only if the actors are not valid. That will result in a failed task, and or it followed for a duration, and after that duration, it didn't manage to reach the player. I mean, we can think about also assigning this to succeeded, but for now I will keep it like this. The thing is, as it is right now, there are two things I need to change. The first thing is the drone AI is absolutely very bad. To go in here, I can show you. Wait a second, maybe it's a good idea for me to open the Twitch chat in the meantime, so I can see if anyone I don't know, writes a message or something like this. Okay, here we are. And maybe it's also a good idea to separately open the YouTube live stream. Maybe, who knows, someone over there will try to reach out. Okay. Where have I left off? Yeah, we have two problems right now. The first problem is that the drone enemy AI is really bad, and we have to overwork that completely. I actually also found an enemy I like to like copy in this case. Like I want to have the same behavior. And the second thing is actually that I need to check all these tasks and see whether they have the same problem. I want to fix those as well. So let us check what kind of tasks we have. For those who don't know, a task, state tree task is something that will run inside the state tree. Over here, you have one state, and inside the state, you can have multiple state tree tasks. And those state tree tasks can also be toggled to have completion triggers or not. So if this is completed, then it will go to the transitions and try to transition to somewhere. If I don't have any completing tasks, I suppose the task will be stuck. The task, the state will be stuck until it moves on for some other reason. Nevertheless, let's check. Let's take a look at our tasks. So these tasks I have been doing. Actually, this is not used at all. I just created it yesterday, but haven't used it. I just used a map instead of that. It was a configuration structure, which I don't need anymore. Okay, let's save all unsaved stuff. Don't open the windows I didn't close yesterday. Okay, let's move on. So these tasks are tasks that I have created during the development of this game, and at the beginning I haven't clearly understood how these state trees work at all. But right now I think I will be able to rate them and improve them and refactor them. That is what I was looking for. So some of them might be some older or duplicates of something I redid later on a little bit differently. I don't know. Let's take a look at what we have over here. So the first state tree task is attack. Let's take a look inside. Attack is going to enter the state. It will loop for the number of shots that will be configured, I guess. Yes, the number of shots is over here. It's public. You can just write the number inside of that. Following up, it will loop over that and use main weapon or secondary weapon, or use both depending on what's inside here. So the per default main weapon is turned on, secondary weapon is turned off, so he will just use the main weapon. The first problem I see over here is, since this is a sequence, it will be instant. Like he will use the main weapon, and then he will use the secondary weapon, and then wait for a time in between, and then finish the task after this is completed. The second thing I can see here is this time in between will wait nevertheless, even if it's just one shot. But I think we could fix that by getting like something like this, and then length or size, I don't know. Number of if a number of shots is greater than 1, then do a branch and go inside that branch and only do the delay when this is true. And we can even go further and and put this into a function, collapse the function. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Let's not collapse it to a function. What we can, we can collapse this to a function, you know. Collapse the function, and this will be called shoots multiple times. and this is the return value. And what we need to do is pure, and then we have it show. So if he shoots multiple times, then wait a second. Or what's even better is if we delete this, because this problem still occurs if it's the last shot, and that would be true as well. And we just want to wait in the between time. So what we actually want to see if the index equals, or it starts at 0 and the last index is number of shots. Okay, so if it is bigger than or equals number of shots, actually I want to see if it is smaller than number of shots, then wait. We can quickly go through this and check if my logic is working here. So we have 2 shots. Let's say we have 2 shots. We come into this and it will be index 0. I will shoot and then see, okay, index 0 is less than number of shots, which is 2 exactly. And then wait. And then we will come into the second index, which is 1. And in that case, it will be 1 and the number of shots is 2. So actually last index shouldn't be number of shots, it should be number of shots minus 1. It starts at 0 and ends at here. So if number of shots is 1, number of shots here, number of shots is 1, then it will do it 1 time. The index is 0, it's not less than number of shots, and it should work. Okay, so we can test this actually, and that will succeed. Cancel red comments. Wait in between shots. Don't wait at last shot. You can also do it here. Use secondary weapon if enabled. And we can also put it in here. Use main weapon if enabled. Okay, so what we will do is we will move this one. We'll move this one up here. This one looks nice, and this one is also nice. Okay, so on completed, it's over here. So what we will do now is we will save this and move on and put this one for now. This is the stage director. If you have seen the last stream, you would know that the stage director is responsible for setting up the what happens on the stage, at which time. And we want to turn this off now. I included a feature that's called dry run. Then it will do nothing and just output what it would do. And we will input. We will put the enemy inside there, like maybe we can just put in the dummy bot 0 0 over there. Okay, and put it on the ground, and this one should, you can check, State. AI state tree. Okay. So what we want to do here is we want to first of all give him a weapon. Abilities. Weapon. Ability. Skills. Tags. Default stating data. Default asset data. Where did I hide that? Maybe we can open it up and take a look at here. Start up. Start of abilities, yes. Main weapon, secondary weapon, and we can give him enemy pistol. So he has this enemy pistol. And if we take a look at his state tree, then over here we should be able to set up a state tree. Sockets, no. State. Where is that hidden? It should be in here. State tree component. Ah, there it is. State. AI, inside AI, okay. Yeah, makes sense. And since we don't have anything for him, we will just set it up. We go here into artificial intelligence. Select state tree. And state tree schema, state tree component schema, state tree AI components schema. Since this is AI character, we will select this one. State tree dummy bot. And when we go over here, we can compile this. We can add a state, add sibling state, shoot. We can move it over here into the root, and what we can do is we can add a tag. So we go in here, not in parameters, sorry, that was my fault. Remove that, and inside tasks, just add a tag. State tree task attack. Number of shots should be, let's say, 1 first. We can. The owning character is actually that's what inside here, not pawn, but character base. This one should be context actor class. Okay. So we have shoot. And after shoot, we want on state completed. Let's go to, I think. Or you know what? Add child state thinking. We'll move that up here. It will be first. So it will have some kind of task. We don't need thinking at all. We could use the new thinking thing we wrote, but this one includes a rather more complex outcome. Like he could think which tag he should report. We don't need that. We can just remove that, delete, and add a delay task. And inside there should be like, I don't know, 1 second is okay. Let's wait 2 seconds. A random range to okay. No, we don't need that. And inside shoot, we have number of shots 1, time in between 0, and we can time in between also 0.5. Use the main weapon, and else when it's completed, let's go back to root. Can you do it like this? And inside of this, when this is completed, then once it's completed, then move on to shoot. So now what should happen is he should start thinking for 2 seconds, then shoot once, and then go back to thinking. So let's see what happens when we run this. He's thinking very long, and he's doing nothing. What we could do to debug this is we go in here, which is fine. Okay, we can debug text. What was like the actor? Thinking, and then next one is another delay. Need to not delay debug text. It will be maybe red or pink, like so. This one looks better. Attack. Okay, so now we can see exactly what happens. Yeah, I think maybe we'll see if it's an issue. It doesn't do anything at all. Did I set? Oh no, I forgot to set this up. Of course, we will have to go into the AI and then select the dummy, what we just created. State tree, dummy bot, state tree dummy bot. I want to set state tree dummy bot. This one. Let me see. What is it expecting there from me? It is expecting state tree. I think I did a schema, right? What is this? It's a state tree. Smooth it here. Maybe I can just drag and drop it. Like so. I can't. I can't, and the reason for this is probably the type, artificial intelligence, state tree AI component. What did I select there? I had to select this one. State tree. So if we go here, we should have dummy. We don't. Probably I have to compile this. It is compiled. Dummy bot. Save it. Drone. Seems like this one doesn't accept AI, which could be the issue we are facing right now. So I will delete this one as well because it's a rather deeper issue because I haven't set up that the enemy AI is actually AI component. I think we can check that. We can check that actually inside of here is the controller. And I think this one, class settings, base enemy controller. Base enemy controller, okay, let's check that. Base enemy controller, Hutch and Butch, enemy controller base. And this one is AI controller, actually should work. For some reason it doesn't. Let's see if the artificial intelligence, if I select this one, state tree dummy, maybe this one does work now. Let's go back into the enemy, which I just put down here. And over here, we can select state tree, and then over here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, for some reason, this one, it expects... It expects... it expects an normal. We can remove this one, delete. Okay, perfect. Now compile. So, state tree attack. Ah, okay. The reason is I need to use character base here. Save it, and then it should work. Okay. So we can delete that one. We don't need that. Delete. And now rename this to this. Perfect. And now it should be working perfectly fine. So we go into root, we go into thinking state, then move on to the shooting state, and so on and so forth. Thinking, shoot. Thinking, shoot. Yeah, does work. It does work as expected. Only weird thing is that the position is always a little bit off of these texts, but I don't need to take care of that right now. So this one works. What we can do is inside shoot, we can go over here and now tell him do 3 shots with 0.5 in between. 1, 2, okay. No, there's absolutely 0 change in that. Number of shots is 3. Time in between is 0.5. Yes, let's take a look at the attack. So it comes in here, then it goes in here, then it goes in here, then it hopefully waits, and then it moves on to the next index. But it shouldn't finish there, actually. So let's take a look at this one again. We can... Well, let's see. Maybe if we do it like 0.1. Okay. So as you can see, maybe we could have a look at the debugger here, the visual logger. Over here we can open up the visual logger, which is hidden somewhere. I don't know where, but it should be visible somewhere. Maybe it's here. Visual logger, where are you? Where are you, my friend? The visual logger, actually it has, I don't know. Oh no, it's here. Okay, so if we go and then start this, and then I don't know why the visual logger is hidden again. It's here. Controller. Let's turn these off. This is what happens, okay. Okay. So this is what happens. What is the camera doing? Actually, enable free camera. Okay. Maybe I have to move this one. Or do it like this. So he is doing something, but he's not shooting 3 times, which is a little bit weird because number of shots -1. If it is smaller than number of shots, -1. Okay, I mean we can put this one in here, or you know what, we can go in here and then print that. Finish thinking. No, finish shooting. Okay. So now that this one is hopefully working, and we can take a look at what he is doing now. Shoots once and then finish shooting. So that's a problem. That's the problem. For some reason, he enters this complete. Maybe we need a transition. So on state completed. Maybe that's it. Okay. So maybe we don't need a state completed, we need a state succeeded. That might be. Nope. I think I have an idea what the problem is. The problem is that inside a delay, how Unreal Engine works, is that it will just quickly go through all of it. We can do another and then print the number of shots. I think that should be enough. And then we will see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he will just instantly do it. That is the problem. Why this is not working. So what we could do since this for loop is just running through, the question is what could we do? And this is the moment where I will advise AI again. Maybe it does know better already what I have to do here. In Unreal Engine, I don't know, 5 blueprints. A delay inside a for loop doesn't work. What's the alternative? I want to do something a few times And then, you know, actually, we don't need any comments. Or we will keep the comment. The classic blueprint trap. I already had this problem once, I remember. Blueprint for blueprint macro library, you can use it everywhere. Create a new macro. The details panel, add the following inputs. Alternatively, set timer by event. If you are running this logic over a long period, you need to be able to pause, stop the loop dynamically. Using a timer is the engine's preferred optimization way to handle it. How to make it? You know what? Can I put this into a macro? Let's see if that works. Collapse the macro. Maybe like so. And then collapse the macro. We call this handle shoot or handle attack. Handle attack. I don't know. We can keep it like this for now and see what happens. So once he is done, I can go to this exit. Index. Okay, let's see what happens. He's still doing the same. Okay. I am advised to do it with a timer handle by AI. So I will just listen to what AI is saying. In that case, we can maybe just move it back. So nice. Or event, custom event, handle attack, and then put it in here. And then put this one here. Index. Attack index. Okay. And then handle attack. And then I put handle index. Maybe this will work. No, it won't. It will only work once. I cannot do this on completed. So what we can do is actually go in here and on false. Oh, we can do another. What I can do here is branch. So if it's the last index, if it is the last index, so if it is bigger, greater than, or equal the last index, then finish shooting. You could do it like this. What's the error here? Actually, we can just remove this and keep this one here. and handle all of it through this. The problem is that it will still not work. It will still not work in this case, but what it will do is once... Nope, it won't work. Remove execution pin. So what we want to do is for every... this is a little bit ugly. I hope we can fix this, because I have to go in very soon. So AI advises me, maybe we just do what AI advises. Create two variables in blueprint, current index and max index. Create custom by delayed loop action. Where you want to start the loop, set your current index to 0 and your max index. Add a set timer by event node. Plug in the reference from your custom event. Yeah, so he wants me to do my own loop. Loop. Get loop animation for each loop. For each loop with break. Reverse for each loop. For loop. Flow control. This is more what I'm using for loop. While loop for each loop map. Okay, so we'll do it like this. So this one, this is actually what we want to keep. We will have current index and we will have last index. Actually, last index is going to be... let's remove this. Last index is going to be set last index. Do it like this. This is gonna be an integer. Yes. So is this gonna be an integer? So last index is going to be this. And the current index is gonna be 0, which should be the case. Yes, it is. And loop, or we could do a custom event. Move this one down. We already have a custom event. Handle attack. Handle attack, and over here we will call handle attack. And what we will do here is inside handle attack, we will put in the delay, yes, and then at the end we will check whether this is finished. We can use last index here. And we can also use last index there. If it is finished, then finish shooting. Otherwise, increment the current index. plus plus increment int. Increment this, and when you are done with it, just repeat handle attack. So it's some kind of a recursive function until it reaches the end. So this one should work now. This one should work now. So only if what? We don't need this. The current index. So if current index is smaller than the last index, then delay. And if current index is bigger or the same as the last index, then this is gonna be finished shooting. Okay, let's start this and see what happens. Once, okay, just shooting once. Let me check, attack, save it. Current index is 0, hopefully. Last index is... Last index is number of shots minus 1. And then handle the attack. And handle attack is gonna do beep, this, and then can add in print here, you, and then see what he is outputting. Okay, he's doing 3 times PU and then shooting. Handle attack. He's coming in here. Maybe the sequence is not waiting for each other. The sequence will just continue. Which would mean that if we put this one in here and remove this from this pin, handle and now it should work. I mean, we can take a look. He did pew only once, right? Oh, he pewed 3 times. So he will come in here. Oh, not on this one. Actually, we need to put it in here. Now it is what I wanted to do. So it will go into attack, pew, and then do nothing. When this is completed, of course, we also need to do another handle attack. So either it delays, it's not the last one, or it's the last one, and if this is the last one, then I don't need to do a branch here. Just need to do this, and we actually don't need this. Okay, this looks better now. Now it should work. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, interesting. Okay, interesting. He's shooting a lot of times. But why? The reason why is that I removed the plus plus, right? We need this one. We need this one, and we need this one. Yes. Okay. We need to increment. Don't forget that. Never forget to increment. And now We go in here, we close this one, we remove that, and it should be fine. Let's check it. 1, 2, 1 by 1. Hello. What did I set up here? Dummy bot. Number of shots, 3. In between, let's say 0.2. And then when we take a look at the attack, he comes in here, uses the main weapon, Pew. Then uses the secondary weapon, no Pew. I don't debug there or anything. Actually, we can move it back here. It's a little bit nicer. Wait in between shots. So we go into branch and see if the current index is the last index, which is not the case. It's the first index, 0, and the last index would be 2 for 3 shots. If it is true, so if it is smaller, which is true, then delay plus, and then do another iteration of handle attack. And in the next iteration, it should be the same. So let's see what we output. Okay, he does it twice, but why only twice? It is smaller or equal. Yeah, you know what? We just did it. Smaller or equal. And now I should do it twice. 1, 2, 3. Hey. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So if the current index is... Why don't I output the concat append shot number current index, and then put this in here. Take a look. 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this was correct actually. If the current index is smaller than the last index, in that case, do the delay and then handle the attack. And then the handle attack will go back into this. So the last one. So if we are at the last one, so if he's 0, then 1, and then the second. So he shoots and then goes into the last index. Or he 0, yeah. First shot, delay, wait, and then plus. Second shot is 1, delay, and then plus. And now's the third shot. Current index is 2, last index is 2. Yes. So it's not smaller anymore, and it should go into finish shooting. Does it actually do? No, actually the logic is working completely fine. I think what's not working fine is the fact that the task is finished before he could create. So I suppose if we do something like this, it will work. I think this is some weird behavior. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do 1. Okay, what happens if we go up number of shots to 5? Does he shoot 4 times? We have 5 and he shoots 3 times. What if it is 10? That's a little bit weird right now. Ah! Yeah, I'm stupid. We can go back to 3 and do... Of course, these shots cannot ignore the cooldown. 1, 2, 3. And I'm thinking. Yeah. The thing is, the cooldown was blocking it, and in that case, he's not shooting the 3 times. That was what we were looking at. So this is working now. Can do thinking to 5 seconds, or maybe 3 seconds. Yeah. Can go back to parent. Or I think we can even remove this. I think that should work as well. Thinking 3 seconds, hopefully, and then starting to shoot. No. Okay. Dummy bot transition. Yes, we have to go to it. I deleted the wrong one. On state completed, and over here we want to delete this one. And 2, 3. Okay. Working. So this one is working now correctly with the loop as well. We can remove the debug nodes. Close this one. And maybe we can do another one real quick before I have to go. Let's take a look at the next one. Check for player. What was this actually? It was a task that looks for the player. Make stage 3 event. So on tick, it is checking for the player. Sphere trace. Sphere trace. Sphere trace, it is looking for the actor location. Owning actor get facing 3D, in which direction he's looking. And yeah. For 1 frame, draw debug. Okay, let's try this actually. We can go back into our dummy bot and we can kick this one out. can do this for 1 second, and then we will rename this to dummy action. And in here we will remove this, delete, and delete that one as well. We also don't need this one. And in here we want to do another task. Look for battery task. Check for player. Check for player. Owning actor. The thing is, what's the result? It is doing an event. Yeah, maybe that could be also an output. Player. We can do it like so. Select this one, put it into output. Sorry. Okay. Break, hit results, and over here it has to so we can do that and then check this one condition is valid. Is valid like so. And what we also want to do is set the player. And then hit the event. Okay. So what we are doing here is do a sphere trace, then check if the hit thing is a player, and then if it is valid, if it's valid, then do this event. Otherwise, we can. Actually, we don't even have a finished task here. Why not? We can finish the task here and then also finish it over here as not successful if it didn't hit anything. Perfect. So this one is refactored as well. Let me check. Maybe I have to go right now. Nope. Okay, what we can do here is check for the player. Radius is this one. And then checking forward offset. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. What we can do is actually increase draw time. .5, okay. Or do it for 1 second. 0.5, okay, let's do it like this. Okay, let's see. So it does see me. What happens if we increase this? I don't know. I can't remember what I did here. Let's do a 500 here and see what happens. So absolutely nothing. It does absolutely nothing. Let's see. Get actor, get facing, checking forward, offset, get facing, mal, offset, okay. Yes, this doesn't make sense at all. This doesn't make sense at all. This should be an int, a float. Distance. Times multiply. Change this into float. And use distance. Float and then use this over here. Okay. Now it is looking better. Everything else was absolutely stupid. Okay, and now it should work just like before. Yes. So what I can do is I can now just define the distance of the direction he's looking at. Before it was like vector 3, which is weird because if he's looking to the right, then x is 1 times 600. For a vector offset, I don't know, why is it still here? I have to delete that. Check for player, this one, we can delete it. We don't need that. So he is going to look to the right, which is 100. And if we have an offset defined, then you have 3 values as well, which could be like 600, 00. And then he would like it was used as a distance because then the 600x would be multiplied with the direction of the looking, which is 1 in this case, and it would be 600. It will look into the 600 range. But y and z would be 0, and in the direction he's looking at when he's looking to the right. And but the offset also defines 0 over there, what we had here configured. So even if it was configured like 600, it wouldn't do anything. So what we want to do is actually, you have a looking direction, and you want to stretch that. So if he's looking to the top right, it's maybe 0.5 times 0.5, like on this axis, and x and y, to keep it simple and not in 3D. You would just stretch it. You just want to stretch it times 600, and this is why I just use a float, the distance float, because we want to stretch all of it. If I continue using the offset vector to stretch it, then you could potentially use a different value for each axis to stretch, but there is no reason to do that. I would never want to do that. So I just want to stretch the whole thing and not like 600 on the x and then maybe just 200 on the y. I just want to stretch it on the whole thing, and in this case, a distance float vector is better. So what we can do now is let's see what's 100, and you can see it's a lot shorter now. Yes. Yeah, perfect. So with this said, distance, okay, the player hit. Maybe we can also, or we can just add that at a later time. For now, we will keep it as is. Okay, next one is explode. The task explode. Enter the state. And then the owning actor, if it is enemy based, then use explode and then finish the task. Damage on explode. I mean, we can also promote this to a variable, which can be true. And you can just configure it. If it fails, then failed casting to an enemy, then it will just fail. Okay, this one looks good. Next one is face in direction. Enter. Then is the only character valid? If it is, then face in the direction. We have a direction vector here, which is actually, I don't know, weird, but whatever. It accepts that and finish the task. This one's looking good as well, so let's move on. Face player. Now this is gonna be interesting. Face towards location. Get player pawn. Okay. It is doing exactly what the name of the task is. So it is get the first player. It knows. And then face towards him. Delay. Wait is some duration. I don't know if we need those, but we can keep it for now. Because usually I don't want to wait inside another action, because this waiting thing is actually something else. It should be another state. So he is facing, and then he should move to a waiting state, like thinking or something like that, and then continue. So the reason I built in these delay nodes is because I had no idea what I was doing. And now they are here, and we can keep them, or we can get rid of them. You know what? I will just kick them out. We shouldn't configure any wait in here. Or just do a delay. We can add the delay, but it shouldn't be significant or anything like that. So maybe 0.5 or 0.2. 0.25 is the magic number. Okay. So with this said, let's move on. Maybe we can do another one. Save it. Follow actor. This was what I already refactored. Follow range. Follow duration. Yeah, this is refactored already. Grant and activate ability by class. Why did I use that? Okay. So if the ornate is valid, then branch. If this is valid class as well, then activate the ability. Then repeat. Yeah, I mean, this is the same issue as before, no? No. Okay. It's in the flow. So it will repeat. Again, and then it will repeat again. How many? It will just repeat forever. I don't understand. Will it just repeat forever? This is not. I don't know what this one. Just add it here, because this will result in an infinite repeat. Except it will just infinitely repeat. Yeah, we will keep it like this for now. In that case, it will just never finish. It will just continue repeating. Yeah. Okay. So we can move on to the next one, which is the jump. And it will enter the state, jump, and then stop jump. I mean the duration, how long it will be jumping, and then stop jumping, and then finish the task. We don't need that. This can be removed, and this one looks good. We can keep it. I mean, yeah. We can keep it for now. Move around position. Calculate initial degrees. Okay, so first of all, let's remove this. Let's close this. Let's close other tabs. Did I crash? Did I crash the engine? I don't know. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. Just took a while. So, on events, enter state. Sets the velocity, branch, calculate initial degrees, delay, finish task. Okay. Here we have the tick. We don't need this. Increment step. Yeah, I remember when I did this. I mean, I think it's working. Add movement input. It's using on tick. Increment step. I think this one looks good as well. I'm just not sure when I need this, and repeat infinitely, which is always gonna be no. So if it is true, delay and then infinite step. Yeah, okay. It is moved to tick already. Okay. It is ticking up this step. So what you have to let's maybe open Paint. I can show it what I did here. I saw. So this is the enemy. That's the enemy, and what I did is I have multiple points like this one, 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 and so he will try to go to the first point, and once he reaches this close enough, then it will move to the next point, and once he reaches this, he will move to the next point, and to the next point, and to the next point. So at the beginning, so he will. This is how he moves in the circle around a target, which is, I think, position to move around, defined here, and the points are calculate initial degrees. Where are the points defined? Position to move around, circle step degrees. Yeah, every 30 pixels or something like this, and then the degrees, and calculate initial degrees. Yeah, okay. So all in all, it's exactly what I described there. And when the duration is done, it will just finish the task. It will also fail if one of these ifs break. So I think 100 is the distance we have to reach to the point, and then it will move on to the next circle. Okay, we can keep this one for now, even though I'm not very happy about this, but it's working. Move forward. What is move forward doing? On interstate, delay. Then do this. Event tick, apply movement. Apply movement. What is that? Apply movement is owning actor. If it is valid, if it is not valid, then finish the task as failed. Otherwise, the owning actor get the facing and then add the moving. Apply movement. Apply forward. Movement. This is my refactoring for this task, and we can move on. Move in direction. Looks like I already understood this already a while back. Because all of these look kind of neat, to be honest. What I did in the past. Move in direction, so the direction is given. Enter the state. Movement will be stopped first. Set to 0. Then we will delay for the duration and then finish the task. And on tick, we will move into the movement direction, movement input, and face the direction of X. Yeah, this is looking good as well. We can close this one, close that, and close this. Move to position. Okay, this is going to be a little bit more complex, but even here I'm using the tick function, so it is all looking nice. So what's happening here? On interstate, yeah, check if the owning character is valid. If it is not, then finish the state as not succeeded. Otherwise, set the movement to 0 and then position to move on, move to, position to move to plus, offset minimum, offset random maximum, random float, something in between those, added to the movement. I don't know why I did that, but I did it, so it must have been a good reason back then. Draw debug point. Okay. And then it's not gonna finish here. What we have here is on tick. Again, check for validity of the owning character. If he is valid, then move add a movement input, get direction to target position, which is simply this. Get the actor location, position to move to, get unique vector. Okay. Looking good. So we'll add that to the movement, then check if this distance from this to that is smaller than the distance tolerance, and if it is, then finish the task. Otherwise, just continue. So this will not finish before, yeah, this has reached his goal. Next one is rotate to target. This one is another one. Rotate to target. So he has a duration again. So we will delay for a duration and then on tick, look at 2D. Look at 2D. What is this? I don't know why I have the duration, because this is instant. Look at 2D. How's the weather today? How is the weather today? Let me quickly check this before we continue. Today, as long as it's not a thunderstorm or anything like that, it should be fine. Today, and then so I don't see any thunderstorms. Perfect. Okay, so you will get the actor location, start location, target location. We will zero out the Y's, and then the rotation will be find look at rotation, start location to target location to look at, and then set the actor. Okay, this will be instant. So look at 2D will be instant. So I don't get why I have a delay node here as well. Hey, we can keep it again, but keep it low. 0.25. Because any significant looking duration should be handled through state. Okay. So rotate to target. Stick to ground. What is stick to ground? What is stick to ground? I don't know. These tasks getting weirder every. Some of them are very weird. So on interstate, I don't know why I implemented this. There's this one enemy who is moving around a block. Get active location. Okay, I negate the app vector and then try to stick to the line trace to the channel, and then if it is hitting something, then get the location hit and then set the active location. Okay, this is looking good. I will save this, and I think we will close the stream today. We did some refactoring, nothing. We have to do these two again as well next time. I think I did that already last time, and turn around, that's the only thing. And even though I can just quickly fix this. What the hell? Okay. We will left, right, in other direction, face in circular direction. Okay, so right, then bottom, then left, then top, then right. Okay. This is what this is for. Okay, I get it. Yeah. This will also finish the task. It will be instant as well. We can save that. I think we are through. Thank you for watching. We will do some AI for the drones next time.